by the industrious Erica Delicio, who's had a good first half thus far and certainly been the most threatening Hamilton player. Wait, checks her shoulder, makes sure she's able to make the pass. And again, this is good pressure from Hamilton, making sure that there is no easy ball out. That FC London have to work for the pass, have to work to be able to progress this ball the way they want to. The referee wants to talk to Caldwell and Milligan. Certainly Caldwell. Or rather, halting the game for her benefit, perhaps. Benatia not able to get that to settle and turn, but able to keep hold of the ball nonetheless. Blair looks for the ball out to Thomas, but waves it off, advances up through the middle. And that's a neat turn from our goal scorer, Talia Lewis, but she is denied by Paul Bacchiari, able to step up from the defence. Benatia looking to turn, but that's good work from the Hamilton defender, following her all the way out. That's one of the advantages, of course, of having three players in the back line, is that you can be a touch more aggressive in handling the possessor of the ball into the midfield areas. A neat turn, though, from Benatia, looking for that ball down that inside channel for Gay. And again, Alexandra Moody much, much sharper to these through balls after the first 10-15 minutes or so. And that's a lovely spread of the play from Jimenez. Bailey has nothing but green space ahead of her. Delicio moving across and facing up against Thomas. Ball for Jimenez, a touch awkward. Bailey does the smart thing, lets it roll out, following the challenge, and claim the throw in. The referee wants it moved back a touch. Wade does well to dance away from the attentions and the pressure of two Hamilton players. Get that ball moving to Scott. Gay isn't able to turn, but plays the ball back. Sensible. Safe. But allowing FC London to build once more. The ball there, putting Blair under a touch of pressure, seeing her panic a little, and Abreu advanced it well. Bawitsky now looking to turn, looking to shoot, and Ava Martin looking to pounce on the loose ball. Saw the 50-50 with the goalkeeper, but Steinhauer, brave, diving in ahead of the challenge from Ava Martin, number 27 on Hamilton's team, and popping right back up afterwards. Steinhauer made of stern stuff, which I believe is how they build them out in Western Canada. Steinhauer, one of the several University of Saskatchewan alumni on this FC London team, brought in by head coach Garrett Peters, himself a University of Saskatchewan alum. Tennille Gay, one of the others, actually. She looks to progress, dances with the ball at her feet. Caldwell, her opposite number, denying her space this time, and Milligan caught just offside. A quick flag from the assistant referee, making sure that didn't progress too much further. "30 minutes through our first half. As Hamilton looked to progress that ball up the left-hand side, I just want to again thank our one of our partners, Derby Star, the official ball of the Canadian Premier League and the preferred match ball for League One Ontario. As FC London, Benatia looking to turn, looking to move, looking to jink away from Jimenez, falls over the ball in that instance. Borwitzki not afraid to get herself into a challenge as Benatia pushes again. This time the pass just eludes her. He rolls into the grateful arms of Alexandra Moody. Wabakari is put under a great deal of pressure by Talia Lewis, one of our goal scorers, who recycles that ball for Thomas, who's able to find Benatia in a bunch of space, a lot of space at the top of the box. Benatia is able to evade the attentions of Jimenez enough to carve out some space for herself to take the shot. But it goes somewhat tamely into the arms of Moody. Delicio, on the resulting ball up the field from her goalkeeper, which was allowed to bounce in the midfield, Delicio was able to challenge and chase that through to the FC London net. But again, Steinhauer is alive to the threat. As FC London look to almost sawtooth their way out of defence with their passes. Blair looking for Waite, whose touch is a touch loose. And she is dispossessed by Emily Calabrese. Caldwell, looking for options to her left, steps out instead under the attentions of Milligan. Loses the ball, but a strong challenge. Somewhat or deemed unlawful by a match official. One can only assume he wasn't particularly pleased at the way Caldwell's foot actually bounced over the wall as she made the challenge, because otherwise, to this correspondent, it looked clean enough. But we do know there's only one man with a whistle. So in the 33rd minute, a yellow card for Brianna Caldwell.
Head in, no one get it. Number 8 blocks it. That is blocked in the 18. But St. Catherine's recovers. That shot was blocked by Westlaken. Ball is played in. Trying to get Solomon, but doesn't get there. It will be a goal kick, and Ali G will take it quickly. Mikina attacking through the right side. Most of these players have probably never played in such a big stadium like Tim Hortons Field, an experience that they will forever remember, I'm sure. Angiola makes a cross. Here they have a chance. Is he onside? Yes, he is. Goalkeeper comes out. However, is played back to Kelly. And that's Wallace. St. Catherine's with an opportunity there, but they decided not to take the shot as Ali G came and cut the angle. And that's Kai Martin, who takes no chances there for a St. Catherine's Roma throw-in. St. Catherine's have been early on in the attack. Ball is crossed in by Zernecki. And this throw-in is made possible by Derby Star, the official ball of the Canadian Premier League and preferred match ball for League One Ontario. Counterattack now for North Toronto. Making way is number 9, Zakaria. Zakaria attacking on the left-hand side. Will he get there? No, he will not. However, St. Catherine's Roma player goes down, and the foul is given. Good counterattack there by North Toronto, wearing green. And it will be the captain who will take that. Intercepted by Mikina. Over to Villius. That's the captain once again, Barone. The team head coach for North Toronto is Marko Milanovic. And for St. Catherine's, it is Federico Turrisiani. North Toronto will have their second free kick of this match, just short of the 7th minute. It'll be crossed into the box, hoping to find Villius. But it doesn't. Pardon me, that's Ragning. And it will be indeed a goal kick for St. Catherine's. Provenzano, he is a 2000-year-born player, has been with the club since the age of 14. According to his coaches, brings calmness into the team. Selected 2019 Goalkeeper of the Year for Ontario Soccer Provincial West. North Toronto back with possession, trying to play out of the back. Over to the right back, McKenna. McKenna finds Martin. Martin cutting in class, takes a shot. That is, however, not attempted. And again, another shot taken by DeMarco. And that is blocked as well. St. Catherine's clear out danger and are on the attack. Nice recovery there by Karuki. A lot of back and forth between these two teams. The other goalkeeper playing for North Toronto plays for Toronto Metropolitan University. He is the oldest player on the team. Looks like we have an injured player on the field, and it will be ruled in favor of North Toronto. Macaron, work harder, play harder. Ali G is checking on his teammate, making sure that he is okay. We're just 10 minutes past here in the first half between St. Catherine's Roma and North Toronto Nitros. This is taken quickly by McKenna. That is crossed in, but Provenzano has no problems there to handle the ball with a lot of security. Passed over to his defender. Battle there. And again, intercepted by Gabriel McKenna. McKenna, who is college soccer university in the US, can play up to multiple positions. Ref calls in a foul, and it will be taken by number 4, Brandon Barone. North Toronto has been able to catch St. Catherine's in transition. And that will be a throw-in taken by North Toronto. Again, another throw-in by K. Martin. K. Martin was on trial with FC Edmonton at the start of this year. Part of several players here that have trialed with professional clubs. McKenna gives over to Barone. Barone, who controls the ball comfortably. And North Toronto are on the attack. Trying to do it all himself is number 11. Elzier. He will win his team a free kick, this time in the center of the field, more centrally. I wonder if St. Catharines will add someone to the wall. Everyone's ready. The free kick will be taken. Cross into the box. Handled nicely, headed out of trouble. And that's number 11, Kelly. Here's Martin, back to the box. That is, however, recovered by St. Catharines. And that's another foul, again ruled in favor of North Toronto. As Delgadillo goes down. North Toronto back in the attack. Here's a potential chance. St. Catharines, however, defended without any problems. And that was an offside, says the linesman. Byron Performance, Canada's most trusted automotive high-performance brand. Thank you to them for their support. Here's the captain. Ragnan tries to block that, but that's DeMarco who applies pressure, number 7. Almost is able to intercept the ball and get his team a very dangerous opportunity. The throw-in results in nothing, as North Toronto will give it another try. Ball's played back to the goalkeeper, Provenzano. Provenzano, who handles it with his feet. Headed by Makani. And there's a battle there. It will be ruled in favor of North Toronto. As is Wallace, who picks up the foul. The captain of St. Catharines is Luca Ragagnin. He's year 2 at Wolves. Product of Vaughan, has played at Lake Erie College in the NCAA. Before transferring over to Brock University at the OUA level. North Toronto now attacking, trying to get into the box. Having no chance, no direct chance yet. We'll see if that changes shortly. And that is taken back as North Toronto decide to play it back to their team. That's Ali G who handles it and gives a pass quickly off to the side.
Yeah, that's what Chris and I were wondering.
Ball is taken now. That is a nice steal by Ragnan. The captain there who potentially saves his team out of trouble. Ball's played over to the feet of Martin. Martin battling with Wallace. And it will be Wallace who wins that battle. So the referee calls a foul on Martin.
But it's clearly streaming my stream now because I'm watching it and I can hear it. Everything is fine on our end.
And that is played in, trying to find someone in red, but ends up in the feet of the goalkeeper, Ali G. Played back, what a great pass that is. North Toronto in the attack. Will he get a shot on goal? No, he will not. The goalkeeper will try to save it, but he's not able to get there on time, and it will be a North Toronto corner kick here in the 19th minute of play. It will be Wrestling. Will be taking this one. He has bodies in the box. Wrestling will cross it in. And that is headed out by Andriola. Everyone's trying to get ball out of danger. Taken by, is he onside? No, he is offside. And that will be a goal kick for Provenzano. Either team has yet to record a shot on goal here in the 20th minute. Provenzano looking for options. Perhaps one of the coolest stories between these two teams, number 10, who's on the bench. More of that a little later. St. Catharines now, crossing the ball in. Tips off Martin, who's trying to catch Kelly, where he didn't get a right foot on it. Number 10 on North Toronto is Abdul, a Nigerian refugee. Came to a trial 3 years ago. Currently at Humber College. It's one of the great stories about this beautiful sport. St. Catharines' chance is wasted and goal kick for North Toronto. So far, it looks like Nitros have had more of possession rather than Roma. Martin was trying to find his teammate, Elzier, but St. Catharines saw that from a mile away. Head coach of Roma, Federico Turiziani, giving his team a lot of instructions. Very active on that sideline. And that shot is taken by T. Marco, but goes off target. Provenzano with the fourth goal kick of the match. Ball is headed in. And that's Andriola fighting with it. He doesn't like the call from the ref. And I will be giving it his favor. Roma will get a free kick from center half. Most likely will cross it in or pass it, giving from that distance. And there will be Wonkowski who will cross it in, but Ali G is there with the safe hands, providing a lot of security for his side. Sign up for the new Canada Red Fan membership program to get inside track on national team tickets, exclusive merchandise, and other promotions. With Canada going to the World Cup, it would be a great opportunity for those interested to get first hands on tickets. Here comes North Toronto. That is blocked by the captain, Raganin. Now over to Zarneski. Touched over by Solomon. Here's McCowan. McCowan fighting with McConney. However, it's McConney who gets there first, and hits it out of touch. McConney switching from the right side to the left side. As mentioned earlier, he can play in multiple positions. The ball is crossed in. It's in danger in the 18. But North Toronto takes no chances. Fighting for the ball now. And that's Ragnan. Ball goes out of touch. League One Ontario is the province's Pro-Am standard soccer base league and is sanctioned by FIFA through the Domestic Authority of Canada Soccer and Ontario Soccer. Founded in 2014, League One enters its 8th season in 2022 with 20 teams in its Women's Premier Division and 22 teams in the Men's Premier Division. It also serves as a stepping stone between high-performance youth soccer and the fully professional levels of the game. Its primary focus is to showcase and develop of Canada's future stars. More than 150 players, male and female, have graduated from League One to professional levels of the game and across the globe. St. Catharines Roma now with possession. In transition. Ball goes up and is won by McCowan. However, McCowan just mistimes it and goes out for a goal kick. That's McKenna. Now Toronto progressing the ball nicely. He's got a chance now on the left-hand side. This North Toronto, the Nitros. Ball will be crossed in and headed up by Roma. We'll clear that out of danger. Leon says the referee. Nitros waste no time. And ball will be crossed in. But there will be Provenzano who will get his hands on that, but that won't matter as that is an offside. Provenzano takes it quickly and gives it back to Kelly. Kelly with a risky pass back to Provenzano. That could have ended up in a 1-0 goal for the Nitros. That is headed in and hits McKenna. That's Martin. Martin mistimes it. And it will be Wallace. Ball's headed in. That's a good pass. But Zernak, no chances there. And it is going to be throw-in. Here comes Villas. Ozier over to his teammate. The pass was intended for Zakaria, but never got there. It's Villas now. Back on it again. And that's Makina. Gabriel Makina. Over to Delgadillo. But Kelly, number 11, clears out the ball out of touch. Jake Kelly is a product of the U21 Primavera team at Roma when he played last season in the League One reserves. Now ball in the center half line. Being battled by multiple players. That is played out of touch. Great work, great footwork by Kelly. Kelly hits Villius. And will it be a card? Yes, it will. Looks like it is a yellow. Yes, indeed. And there will be a yellow card issued to Kelly. This is the first yellow card of this evening's match.
Yellow card issued to
Hello, folks, and welcome back to the second half of our live presentation for you this evening on YouTube. We have Hamilton United Elite home entertaining FC London here at the wonderful Ron Joy Stadium on the beautiful McMaster campus. A hot sunny day has turned into a beautiful, cool spring evening. Terrific temperature and a terrific climate and atmosphere in which to play soccer. We've got a nice a support here for Hamilton as well. It's like a smattering of fans in the stand that sit right below me. As we get back underway, as you'll notice, of course, the score, because I'm sure you were with us in the first half, the score is 4-0 to the visiting team, FC London. An example, further evidence, if there were any need, is Barwitzki actually gets a good early effort on net. But FC London being 4-0 ahead, providing further evidence, if any were needed, that they are indeed a contender to compete for honours this season. A strong team, 3 games played, 3 games won thus far this season, and whereas Hamilton 4 goals down at the half. 4 goals down, but certainly not out of the game. I'm happy to argue that the scoreline does not necessarily reflect the balance of the play, merely the balance of the chances created. It certainly can't be argued that the FC London goals were scrappy or scruffy. They were very neatly crafted, very good open chances that were well put away. But Hamilton certainly were not without threat as we watched Benatia dance and jink her way to making some space as she was doing all first half. And Gay looks to have switched sides and she cuts inside. This is Tennille Gay, who had 2 assists and a goal in the first half. She was a consistent threat, but she was playing down the right-hand side, and she looks to have switched with Lewis on the left-hand side this time around. There have been plenty of changes on both sides. We will cover them as we get to them, I'm sure. As we see Sadie Waite back to Morgan Blair and over to Avery Thomas. One obvious one, of course, that at number 11 for Hamilton United, Megan Mamela coming in for Ava Martin. That's the single change for Hamilton at the half. That's nicely cut out by Paul Bakhtiari, but only falls as far as Gay. Was able to get the ball at her feet, get her head up, and start running at the defence. As FC London again looking for these through balls. Milligan, who already had a goal to her name today, adding to her tally for the season of 3 previously. But these through balls through the holes in the defence of Hamilton United certainly seem to be the modus operandi of the FC London team. They look to pick these holes and get runners onto them. The front line is quick. It is eager, it is willing to hunt down loose balls, and they have been making the most of it thus far. Bakhtiari, nowhere to go upfield, so looks square for Caldwell. Her ball out is not clear of weight. It falls for Benatia, raining, as mentioned in the first half, and that all the way through, works us all the way through to Gay. But her attempt is blocked by Paul Bakhtiari very bravely, very boldly. And I'm sure to the eternal gratitude of her teammates, where Tennille Gay found herself on the far side of the penalty area. Oceans of space. Eons of time. But still wasn't able to put that away as Tiam Paul Bakhtiari was not giving up on it. Also not giving up on it, Erica Delicio there. Again, we had seen in the first half where she just fought for every inch of space, every inch of possession and yardage that she possibly could. She scrapped and kind of hunted and foraged and was able to hit the base of the post early on in the first half, as well as craft out a couple of other good opportunities. Hamilton, of course, did have the ball in the net, scored by Barwitzki, but judged to have been offside. And Delicio was the one who had set that one up as she looks to release Mamela into that right half space. Mamela not able to get that ball under control and around Morgan Blair, but able to keep her penned in, though Blair turns away very neatly. But her ball to release Thomas down the left side is maybe the signals or a touch crossed. Vogel coming in for the throw-in, perhaps a specialist, as she's come a long way to take that. Or maybe she's coming over to stay with Gay. She looks to have switched positions with Kiara Bailey, who had been the right-sided wing-back for Hamilton United throughout that first half, and indeed to start the second. With Sarah Vogel, who had been that ball loose there and chased down by Warwitzki, but just about evading her, and moved out to Rachel Rossborough, who's one of our other additions, or one of the additions for FC London at the half. Talia Lewis, with a bit of space, works it through to Milligan, who has a lot of time ahead of her. But then the ball back into the centre of the penalty area really couldn't seem to make up its mind whether it would be a cross or a shot, and Alexandra Muti held on to that with little effort. Benatia, who'd been dangerous all first half, and indeed her entire League One Ontario career, not able to turn this time under the attentions of Jimenez, but Delicio reads that beautifully, cuts that out, and Hamilton United able to take possession of this ball. So we have, again, another slight reshuffle of the Hamilton United defence, and Bailey, who was on the right, now out on the left. Nice touch from Milligan to bring that in. Rossborough. Moves that for Scott, but the pressure from Mamela is good. Panic, forces Blair into a rushed clearance, not able to find a red shirt. Jimenez under pressure from Benatia, but able to find Pourbakiri. A ball forward is hopeful, but not able to come to anything. And Jimenez caught out by the spin of the ball on the turf. Benatia able to glide her way across, but dispossessed very neatly by Abreu, who just finds herself with nowhere really to move that ball forward, but able to keep hold of possession very slickly. And that ball just eluding Calabrese in the midfield. It's unfortunate. Hamilton again, and they had shown that they've shown promise all game, but just the final pass is maybe a touch loose, or just out of the reach of a teammate. So they're not really able to land the telling blow, so to speak. One thing that is worth bearing in mind is that there are some much more senior players on this FC London team. The Hamilton team is a young one. And it must be said the FC London team is certainly not an old one, but there is definitely more experience on this FC London team, which may be telling as the game continues. Another substitute for FC London that is worth mentioning would be the addition of Maddie Michienze at the base of the midfield, on the ball right now, battling. She looks to have replaced Taylor Bubnik, who had been inhabiting that role in the first half. And that ball just rolling into touch, evading the attentions of Jennifer Milligan, who is happy to let it go as FC London take the corner. They'll see if they can add to their lead from this set piece. Or quickly taken as Benatia looks to thread something through. Changing the angle of attack, who finds its way all the way out to Blair, who looks to be can't quite find the space, but Milligan over to provide the option nicely. Moves that on to Lewis. Keeps it going to Michienze, whose shot is a hopeful attempt, but a touch wayward, and sends the ball kid possibly into the furthest reaches of the backfields here at Ron Joyce Stadium. That one cut out by Benatti. Mikienze able to move that one on for Gay, who looked for Milligan's run through the center. Calabrese's ball was split her teammates. Both Abreu and Mamela thought it was for the other. But Caldwell was able to slide in and sweep up any FC London advance. FC London play a very interesting game. They move the ball out wide to a certain point, and then as they move into the attacking third, they want to come inside. They don't look to use those wide areas too much. They want to come inside and play those through balls. Rossborough charges, drives into the penalty area, gets past one, not able to fight her way through the second. As Delicio looks to nod that one on for Mamela to chase, but Blair is there to calmly move it back for Steinauer. Blair's ball, though, a touch wild for Scott, but she's able to corral it nonetheless. The ball out for Steinauer, nearly intercepted by Jimenez, but adjudged to have hit her on the arm. Our referee, John Camelia, has been lenient with the card. There's been no call or for cards thus far in the game, aside from Bianca Caldwell, who did find herself her name getting taken in the 33rd minute in the first half.
Tell me who they are, and then I'll write them down here.
But we're able to stop that one getting through. As Thomas looked to progress with that ball. One nice throw right down the line for Gay to advance with.
They don't have a number 12.
Oh. And someone judged to have been offside as they went.
She's still on the field. 21 and 12 was still on the field? There is no 12. Number 12. Like, they crossed. What did you cross off with? I didn't do this. They changed it. On mine, it actually says that number 21 is 12. 5 for 24. Okay, and then I'll just grab your paper. Yeah. And then.
Oh, we ring the changes once more.
Oh, that's.
As Gay and Lewis and Milligan leave the field, and they are replaced by. Once I see the numbers, I'll be able to let you know. I mean, on this near side here, that is Ali Hicks, who has come in the 58th minute.
I missed 21. Who did they replace?
24 in, 5 out. FC London 20 in, 21 out. FC London 19
Now Hicks is able to move that one forward, and here's another of our new additions, Natalie Abate, who actually has plenty of goals to her name already this season. Rossborough cuts that one inside. Wait, looks up. Benatti had made a very slick run, but she wasn't able to be found. Now Vogel in a foot race with the other change, Emily Andrews. Blair finds Scott as FC London again look to do what they've been doing all game, patiently build before springing forward and finding a killer ball. Rossborough in a battle with Barwitzki, just losing out to Abreu. Mamela turning back inside, finding Barwitzki. Barwitzki was looking for that run of Delicio, but it was neatly read and intercepted. Benatia plays an uncommonly loose pass as Abate looks to move that one forward, but Forbachiari is alive to it, and in a clash with Hicks has gone down. Looks like she's holding her wrist. Referee has asked for Jaden Steinauer to kick the ball out. It may just make it over the line. As we have our physio run onto the field to attend to the stalwart Hamilton United defender Tiam Pouabakary. It does look to be something with a wrist or finger, perhaps. Caught underneath her during that challenge with Alyssa Hicks, maybe. The game thus far, with 15 minutes into the second half, we haven't seen really too much of a pattern of play on the whole. It's been a bit scruffy from both sides, and we've seen no further score from any side. Well, Bakary is back on her feet, which is good to see. But we'll see whether a substitution or change has to be made. It looks like Hamilton United had some changes scheduled anyway. They've got 2 players on the far side ready to come in, irrespective of this injury. As Erica D'Alessio is replaced by Alyssa Wheeler. And Jada Breo by Victoria Orfe. So Alyssa Wheeler and Victoria Orfe are previous goal scorers for Hamilton United this season, so proven commodities. But Pouabakary at this stage not substituted. Looks like she's willing to battle on regardless as Barwitzki very gamely gives the ball back to the FC London defence. Scott carries it out. And a Wheeler immediately on the front foot. Not looking to provide those easy balls out for FC London. Scott under a lot of pressure. Plays that square for Blair, who's able to neatly and nicely and calmly push that ball over for Thomas, who had a couple of runners for her ahead of on the left-hand side, but Vogel able to stop it. A beautifully weighted ball for Benatia. Finds Hicks just offside. And she seems to be very, very displeased with the decision of the assistant referee on that one. But this has been a cause for concern for Hamilton United the entire game, and certainly something they'll have to keep an eye on. Is if Benatia is given the time to turn and the space to play a pass, she will slice a defense to ribbons with these through balls. And again, she has, with the runners she has in front of her who are willing and quick, it will spell trouble for the Hamilton defense all game. Actually, Hamilton United themselves having a very similar situation there, but Victoria Orfe's ball not quite up to scratch. Maybe she's not quite up to the speed of the game. It was sort of in between both Mella and the new addition Wheeler, with not quite enough conviction to either side to really cause any issues for the FC London defence. Jimenez, who has been a solid rock in the centre of that midfield, and a thankless commission to be up against Benatia, but has performed admirably in the centre of the Hamilton United midfield. That one for Hicks, a little wild.
I got 62 minutes for Hamilton. And these are 58. Hamilton was 62 minutes? What? 60. And London was 58.
Thank you.
Michienzi, under pressure from Calabrese, is able to find Blair. Jimenez's touch is not really solid enough, and that ball through for FC London to chase for Emily Andrews to chase was a good one, and I'm not sure if you're able to pick it up on the mics, but certainly from where I'm sat, I could hear the FC London coach upset with Andrews's chasing of that ball when there was a second runner behind her who was almost certainly onside. Well, Bakhtiari plays that one out for Bailey. Drives past Hick, drives inside field. It's great work. Plays that ball just behind Mamela, though. Providing a bit of spark, providing a little bit of impetus. Carrying that ball from outside to in, cutting across the front of the defense of FC London. Or a loose ball is read very well by Barwitzki. She's not able to maybe put it exactly where she wants it, but Orfe finds Mamela rushing on from the right-hand side, but Mamela's touch eludes her at the most inopportune moment. The ball finds its way winding out for a throw-in for FC London. Oh, it's a neat turn from Abate.